Hey y'all, it's Sharana. I'm back to share another one of my policing experience with you guys. If you're new to the channel, I'm a retired detective. I worked for 20 years for a southeastern city in the US, and I was also in the military. I'm sharing my perspectives along with my experiences in hopes of helping others. And I thought that was kind of clear in the description because I say it every time I make the video, but somebody asked me about why did I create the channel. So I had to sit and think about it, and my reason for sharing is because I basically went through something in my policing career that was so significant that it changed me for the better as a person. And so I'm sharing those experiences. Hopefully it helps someone else that may find themselves in a similar situation, but it starts with me going inside and cleaning the baggage out that I have and had. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm just sharing these experiences. And like I say at the end of every video, you don't necessarily have to go through a thing to learn from it. And that's why I'm sharing it. There were times in my life where I was like, okay, talking to a group of friends, man, I wish you had told me this before. I didn't have to go through 10 additional steps to do whatever. So I'm just hopefully helping someone get out of a situation that they don't think they can get out of in terms of what do they need to do for themselves. And I shared that the significant incident, it was two, and it was whistleblowing in my career. And we all know, we watch the videos, we watch the movies with the whistleblowers and things that happen. And I can honestly say, whistleblowing is not for the faint at heart. It's not for the person that wants to get along with everybody. It's not for the individual trying to fit in, because you're not and you won't. You get a lot of people commenting that why aren't other officers blowing the whistle? I talked about that in other videos. The way officers see things in terms of productivity versus a quota. I've shared the idea of what we come in and what we come into policing with, the baggage that we have. And if we don't get rid of that, it shows up in different behaviors as a police officer. I talked about the baggage and my bias towards white men at that time. And since I wore the badge, the way I behaved towards white men, I always tried to remain professional with my coworkers, and then the ones I would counter on a call or a traffic stop, I had this, I called it the line of demarcation, where I'm not going to cross that line to even really listen to the story. If it's a traffic stop or an arrest, you know, a lot of people, let me just tell you what happened. I'm not listening to it. I'm not doing it, especially with white guys. And so blowing the whistle made me go inside myself. I told you about that in other videos of how the Holy Spirit, because that's my faith. I believe in the finished works of Jesus. That's a whole nother video. But the Holy Spirit said, okay, I understand what they did to you, but I need you to go inside and rectify and fix some stuff in you. And I'm like, what? I'm over here dealing with this, being ostracized and being retaliated against. And you're telling me to look inside myself. I got transferred 7 times in 1 year after whistleblowing the second time. 7 times. And that bothered me, you know. But the Holy Spirit was like, I need you to look inside yourself. And so those are the experiences I'm sharing with you guys on how I had to go inside myself and clean out the baggage that I brought into policing. And I'm not even going to assume, because I've talked to hundreds of officers throughout my career, and you listen to the comments, the laughing, the carrying on of everyday life as an officer. You can hear and you can see the values possessed in each individual. And I heard T.D. Jakes say it. He said, if you value time, you'll be on time. If you value your family, you'll nurture your family, love on your family. And I thought about that as I was policing and listening to other officers, and you're building relationships with them and with their families. And everybody's I should say this, they're good people. They're good people, especially to their families. But then we have to do the self-inventory if we are to police the community, which is a family or a family of other people, not necessarily your family, but a family of other people. And if you consider your family, you want that officer to consider yours. And that's where I saw the difference in terms of policing, looking out for the community, and that's them. I had to break out of that us versus them. I eventually did, and I started, like I said, the 2 times that I had to whistleblow, I whistleblew early in my career and then later on in my career, and the difference was me. When I blew the whistle early in my career, I went through some stuff. It was hard, but I wasn't looking at me. I wasn't looking at what I was doing, how I was behaving, how I was thinking. Later on in my career, I started to look at my behavior, what I was saying, what I was doing. And I can honestly say that I'm better for it, but it was hard. Yeah, but I just want to share that little bit with you guys on exactly why am I sharing all of this? Because I want to help someone that may be in a similar position, not necessarily in policing, any situation, any environment that you find yourself judging your motives. Well, why did I do that? I've had plenty of those sitting in the car on the corner somewhere just watching people go by. Well, why did I say this on a call? Or when I was the shield person, going through the door and being the first one in. Why exactly am I doing that? Why am I the first one through the door? And I answered those questions. So yeah, that's all I want to share with you guys. Take a look at our online store. The link is in the description. I created some word search puzzle notebooks or word search puzzle books. The links for those in the description. And some notebooks. The links for those are in the description. And remember, guys, remember always, people, you don't necessarily have to go through a thing to learn from it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.